often being told about the tremendous increase in the volume of our war production. This is the visible proof of it.
Under the urgent pressures of pre-World War II preparations, countries worldwide sought to modernize and strengthen their armed forces. The development of cruiser tanks, light, fast, and versatile combat vehicles became a top priority to meet diverse and rapidly evolving battlefield demands. However, designing and producing tanks posed significant challenges, balancing rapid deployment with technical maturity to ensure combat effectiveness and battlefield durability. In this context, Britain introduced the Covenanter tank, officially known as the cruiser tank Mk5 or A13 Mk3, as a replacement for older cruiser models. It was the first British cruiser tank to receive a distinct name, marking a significant step in the nation's armed strategy. The Covenanter was designed to be lighter and more cost-effective than the cruiser Mark IV and the expensive A16, with mass production orders placed in 1939, even before prototypes were fully tested. This bold decision accelerated wartime readiness, but also led to design shortcomings, confining the Covenanter mostly to training and home defense roles, before it was declared obsolete by 1944. The Covenanter tank, also known as Cruiser Tank Mk5, A13 Mk3, was developed in 1938 to meet the British War Office's demand for a lighter, cheaper cruiser tank than the cruiser Mark III. The costly nullified A14 and A16 designs were rejected, paving the way for the A13 Mk3, which featured 30mm armor, a QF 2-pounder gun, an improved Christine suspension, and a 300 horsepower engine. The main design was handled by the LMS Railway Company, with the turret built by Newfield and powered by a 12-cylinder DAV engine from Henry Meadows. Due to a shortage of welders, the hull was riveted, adding around 100 kilograms to the tank's weight. In April 1939, 100 units were ordered before prototypes were finalized. The first prototype performed adequately, but the second suffered severe overheating problems because the cooling system was placed at the front, making it inefficient in hot climates. Switching from aluminum to steel road wheels, changing the gearbox and increasing armor thickness to 40mm raised the overall weight and stressed the suspension. Although the turret was sloped, its front remained nearly flat and lacked a commander's cupola, causing operational inconveniences. Production began after Dunkirk in 1940 with 1,771 tanks built by mid-1942. Variants include Mark I, Mark I CS, Mark III, and Mark IV, featuring cooling and air filtration improvements. Despite upgrades, the Covenanter was deemed obsolete by February 1944 and was mainly used for training and home defense. The Covenanter tank measured 5.79 meters in length, 2.62 meters in width, and 2.24 meters in height, with a combat weight of 18 long tons. It was operated by a crew of 4: commander, driver, gunner, and loader. Its notably low profile was achieved through Christine suspension and a flat 14 Meadows DAV engine mounted horizontally, enhancing mobility over rough terrain while minimizing its target silhouette. Originally designed with a welded hull, the shortage of skilled welders forced the use of traditional riveting, adding approximately 100 kilograms to the tank's weight. The armor consisted of 2 layers of steel, totaling around 30 millimeters, later upgraded to 40 millimeters on the front to better protect the crew and vital systems. At the heart of the tank was the 16-liter Meadows DAV flat 12 engine producing 340 horsepower. However, the horizontal engine layout necessitated placing the cooling system at the front, leading to severe overheating during extended operations, especially in hot climates. The original Wilson planetary gearbox was later replaced by a Meadows standard gearbox from the cruiser tank Mk4, combined with a Wilson planetary steering system, improving operational stability. With a power-to-weight ratio of 18 horsepower per ton, The Covenanter could reach a top speed of 48 kilometers per hour on roads and had an operational range of approximately 160 kilometers, supported by a 420-liter fuel capacity. The Covenanter was armed with an QF Vickers 2-pounder 40mm main gun, carrying up to 87 rounds. Effective against light vehicles and infantry targets, it also featured a coaxial Besa 7.9mm machine gun with a large ammunition reserve of 3,750 rounds, providing close-range defense fire. Additionally, the turret housed a 2-inch spigot mortar primarily used to launch smoke grenades for battlefield concealment and tactical support. Armor thickness ranged from 6 to 40 millimeters, with the heaviest protection concentrated on the front of the turret and hull, while the turret has sloped armor on the rear and sides to enhance deflection. Its front remained nearly flat and perpendicular, creating a vulnerability to penetration. The lack of a traditional commander's cupola, replaced by an Mk4 periscope atop the turret, limited the commander's visibility and fire coordination. The turret featured only one large hatch, restricting rapid crew movement and emergency escape. Despite its fundamental design strengths and armament, the Covenanter was severely limited by systematic technical flaws. An inefficient cooling system frequently caused overheating, riveted hull construction added extra weight and complicated manufacturing, and the suspension was heavily stressed by the tank's weight. Narrow tracks increased ground pressure, reducing durability and performance on soft terrain. A total of 1,771 Covenanters were produced from 1940 to mid-1942. However, these unresolved limitations quickly rendered the tank obsolete. Consequently, the Covenanter was mainly used for training and home defense duties rather than frontline combat. This case illustrates how critical design flaws, such as poor cooling, can undermine an otherwise promising armored vehicle. Although over 1,700 Covenanter tanks were produced, the vehicle never saw frontline combat, making it one of the few mass-produced tanks not deployed in battle. The main reason was its ineffective engine cooling system, which caused early versions to overheat and perform poorly in hot climates like North Africa. The improved Mk4 variant partially addressed this issue, but by the time it was tested in 1944, the design was already outdated compared to more advanced tanks. This disparity between high production numbers and lack of combat deployment reflects a strategic failure, as the United Kingdom ordered mass production before thorough testing. This misstep wasted valuable resources and forced armed units to rely on others, often less effective tanks. Nonetheless, the Covenanter played an important role in training and home defense, equipping numerous training units and supporting rearmament after initial losses. Additionally, variants based on the Covenanter chassis, such as bridge layers, observation, and command vehicles, proved effective in campaigns across Europe and the Pacific, demonstrating the platform's adaptability in support roles. While unsuccessful in frontline combat, the Covenanter offers a crucial lesson on balancing design, testing, and production in wartime defense industries. The Covenanter tank, despite never being deployed directly on the front lines, stands as a symbol of the significant challenges faced in wartime weapons development. Design flaws, particularly an inefficient engine cooling system, combined with a rushed production strategy that bypassed thorough testing, prevented the tank from fulfilling its intended frontline combat role. This failure was not only technical, but also reflects shortcomings in management and resource allocation within the British defense industry at the time. However, the Covenanter was not a total failure. Its chassis was adapted effectively for several essential support roles, including bridge lane observation and command vehicles. These variants proved their practical value in supporting frontline units, playing important roles in campaigns across Europe and the Pacific. The flexibility in repurposing the design allowed the British military and its allies to maximize existing resources, turning a flawed design into a strategic asset amid the harsh realities of World War II. The story of the Covenanter serves as a valuable lesson on the importance of rigorous testing, validation, and design refinement before mass production in the defense industry. It underscores how haste and inadequate preparation can lead to wasted resources and negatively impact combat effectiveness. At the same time, the Covenanter reflects the British Army's adaptability, creativity, and resourcefulness during difficult times, enabling them to overcome initial design limitations and contribute to the overall success of major wartime campaigns.